Hi guys! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. I hope that this video will reach you guys in great health and strength, filled with lots of love, joy, peace, and happiness, and all of the amazing things that life has to offer. So, okay, today's video is going to be a talking video. I was reading Culture News online, and I was reading one of the letters that was sent in by a reader, and it stuck out to me, and I was thinking about it pretty much all day, because for like the past week and a half or so, I have been really thinking a lot about Guyana and the state that it's in. Sometimes I feel like Guyana is moving forward, but then when I read the headlines of the various newspapers from Guyana that are reporting all of the crimes and stuff that's happening all over the country, it kind of puts me in a somber state, because I mean, it is my birth country, and I want to, just like countless other Guyanese, home and abroad, would love to see Guyana thrive and be safe and all of these things. So I'm going to read the letter, and also I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. The title says, "Politics in Guyana is all about power." Dear editor, I have been a keen observer of Guyana's politics for many years, and I think it has become pretty obvious that Guyana's politics is all about power. After Cheddi Jagan died in 1997, the People's Progressive Party Civic became extremely corrupt. That's exactly why Guyana is so underdeveloped. When Bara Jagdeo came to power, most of the money used to pay our light bills was used instead to build Bara Jagdeo's house. He controlled the party. Donald Ramotar was his puppet. It was as plain as day. My father, in parentheses or in bracket, I will not name him, was a member of the party but left because of their corruption. The main reason that the People's Progressive Party was in power for 23 years was obvious: race. It was obvious we needed a change in government. The People's Progressive Party had just ruined the country completely. In fact, my father voted for the APNU/AFC. I supported the party as well because the People's Progressive Party was all about one man and his close circle of friends enjoying life. When the APNU/AFC won the elections, my whole family was pleased because hopefully this coalition party would rebuild Guyana. I was wrong. It has been over a year, and yet I have seen no change at all. At least they aren't corrupt, but they would never even dare to be corrupt because they're too scared to. It also seems as though Joseph Harmon is running the entire show. He seems to have more authority than the president. It is not obvious that politics in Guyana is all about power. People just fighting for authority and respect. We need a new party, a party of youth that can rebuild Guyana, because right now it looks as though Guyana will remain underdeveloped. The coalition party most likely won't win the next election. This is my thing. Like the writer stated, everybody last year, it didn't matter whether you were a Afro-Guyanese, Indo-Guyanese, Amerindian, Chinese, you were tired of the PPP in office. Everybody wanted a change. Everybody wanted a, a government that was for the people, that really meant that the people are electing you to be the representation of the people of Guyana, right? And I mean, I was happy about it, but right after they got into office, there were certain things that I saw that they didn't. They promised to do certain things that they didn't do it. And I was talking to someone about it, and they were like, "Oh, you got to give the people a chance." I said, "Okay." And then there was another thing that popped up with what the president said, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But as time progressed, a lot has been coming to the forefront with the government, with the new government in Guyana. And I'm not here to bash them or anything like that, because I mean they've been in office for almost a year now, going on to a year, or a little over a year. And one thing I will say that I am thoroughly impressed with is the police department, the Guyana Police Department, on how swiftly they have been solving crimes and catching bandits. And you know, these people, they have really stepped their game up in terms of that area, and I must commend them for that, because you know, in the previous administration, it was a whole lot going on, which I'm pretty sure there is still some corruption here and there, but I'm praying that all of that will be diminished. It will be gone, gone, and we'll have honest people in the police force in Guyana, and hopefully in the world, right? But I'm a little too optimistic with that, but I'm optimistic that that will happen. I'm hoping and praying that it will happen. But when you think about politics, politics is such a dirty game. Anywhere in the world, it is all about power. It is all about people, men, and some women who are running for the highest office for these countries so that they can have control over people. They would say all the things that people want to hear, because you know, we get tired of being mistreated by the people that we vote into office. And reading this letter, I understand the frustration, because it's kind of like, okay, one party came out, and this coalition party went in, and it's kind of like there's still so much that's going on. They're not really trying to fix, you know? We have to stop looking to mankind, and looking to God to fix us, to raise up the right person to govern our nation. When Guyanese stop looking to man and start looking to God to fix what's going on in our country, to raise up the right person, the right people to help to govern our country in the way that He would want them to govern the country, so that our nation will be a thriving nation for its citizens, home and abroad, then and only then Guyana will rise. If we have people that don't fear God, then we'll always have the same problems. People that have a reverential fear for the true and living God, He will give them the wisdom that they need to govern the country. And another thing that has been plaguing my mind a lot is the rise of crimes that's happening. It's a lot of young people that's committing very heinous crimes, robbing people, and some of these people have jobs, you know, but because they're greedy and they want other people's money, they have their side hustle is a life of crime. On one hand, I kind of blame the government for that, and on another hand, I blame the people themselves, the young people themselves, for that, because some of these young people in Guyana, they don't want to work. They don't want to take the low job. You know, they want the office work. They want to have high positions and all these things, but they're not qualified for it. And like I was having a conversation with someone that was once close to me, and they want to they're not working. They're having a very difficult time in life right now, and I kept on encouraging this person to go get a job, to start from somewhere. And they're making all these excuses. The job is underpaid, and they know their worth, and they're waiting for the CEO position. And I'm like, you're not qualified for that. You are not qualified for those kind of positions. So what you have to do is that you have to start from somewhere, and whilst you're working at that low end job or whatever, as long as you're getting some kind of money to take care of yourself and to provide food to eat and all these things, you apply yourself, you qualify, you get yourself qualified for the position that you really want. But they don't want to hear that. To be honest, the Guyanese community is a very materialistic community. We can be very prideful, especially with this new generation, where it seems to me as though the more brands you may have, the more fancy clothes you may wear, the more people you associate yourself with that is popular, is the more esteemed you may be deemed. You know, like it's crazy. I every time I go to Guyana and I sit down and I pay attention to the surroundings that I may be at, or I pay attention to the conversations that people may have, I'm like, wow. I'm always flabbergasted because it's really sad. So because of how materialistic the population or the society is, it creates an atmosphere for young people who may not be able to have these things. They would do whatever to keep up with the Joneses. And it's really sad. I know what it's going to take for things to change, but we live in a world now where people don't want to hear you tell them that the world needs Jesus. The world needs God. We need the Lord. We need Christ in order to live in this world right now. The world is so different. It is so different, and it's not going to get better. No matter how much we cry for peace and we cry for people to love each other, if they don't know Christ, then you wouldn't know how to love your fellow brother or fellow sister. You won't know how to do it. And every single day, it's something in Guyana. It's some robbery. I read how two guys were arrested, and the third person that is supposed to be arrested for killing a pensioner, for slitting his throat, is a police officer. I mean, come on. Guyana's population is under 1 million people. 800,000 plus people are in Guyana right now. Georgetown is where majority of the people live. And the amount of young people that live in Georgetown that don't have a job, that came out of high school and they don't have a job. It's ridiculous. These kids end up doing all kinds of things. Then you have these politicians who are only concerned about power. They're on a power trip. It don't matter whether you're Indian or whether you're black. If your focus as a politician is not on the country and it's not solely on making Guyana a better Guyana for the citizens there, for the younger generation that's coming up, that you don't need to be in that type of a position. You don't need that. Because the people who are suffering are the citizens, are the poorer people, you know? And let's not talk about my hometown. Oh my gosh. I don't know if the percentage raised or if it dropped, but the last time I checked, over 70% of the population of the people from my hometown were unemployed. And they may not have the jobs, right? They don't have the money. I mean, not the money. They don't have the jobs or anything, but anything in cap knock there. As in, if there's always a party. There's always a party. With all that's happening, we really have time to be partying and drinking and getting drunk, and that's another issue. Alcoholism is a major, major, major problem in Guyana. It affects from the youngest to the oldest. Okay? I thank God that I never grew up in a home where alcoholism it affected me, but my mom tells me stories all the time about my granddad who was an alcoholic. So it affected her, but thank the Lord that he saved her at a young age, that she never did none of that, you know? But alcoholism, that's going to be another video I'm going to talk about. That's a very big problem in Guyana. So many accidents, deadly accidents, happen in Guyana because of a drunk driver. So many deaths are caused because of a drunk person. So many domestic violence problems, domestic issues, violence against women happen because of a drunk spouse. So many young people are just drinking their sorrows away, and they are oh my gosh, this is such a heavy topic. I can just generalize so many things, that I see. It affects, all these things are affecting our society, and it's not getting better. And no matter how much you talk, sometimes it feels as though your words are not being heard. I'm gonna go now, and I'm always praying for Guyana. I love my country. Irrespective of all that's happening in Guyana, Guyana is beautiful. We have so much to offer. And I just hope and pray that the Lord will just put the right people in office. The right people in office to bring out the beauty of our country. And it's not that we're looking for validation from outsiders, but whenever people look again, they won't associate us with, the Jim Jones problem, or the country where enough drugs has come from, or the country where, greedy people come from. None of that. Like, our country is beautiful. I'm praying for Guyana. I'm praying for the world. I'm praying for the people in the world. And, I mean, things are different now. Things have changed. And, yeah, but I'm gonna go. I gotta go twist my hair up for work tomorrow. And I'm a little hungry, so I'm gonna go get something to eat. But I will see you in another video very soon. Thank you to my subscribers for subscribing. The new subbies, welcome to my channel. And if you are Guyanese, please leave your comment down below. Let us keep this conversation rolling. Always remember to be kind, be polite in the comment section. Also, please refrain from any profanities. I don't want none of that on my channel. And remember that God loves you and I love you too. See you in another video very, very soon. Have a great day or evening, depending on when you're watching this. Bye.